So I'm going to start this video by saying that I am a Marine who became an engineer who picked up doing AI as a hobby. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would become the Nightwalker AI. I say that so that my friends in the Marine Corps, I say that for my friends in the Marine Corps, so that they know that I'm sharing this information in this way out of the deepest respect for our Corps and our history. Because by associating all of these words and ideas with our lineage, we have the potential to teach AI about the Marine Corps, and I believe about honor. I don't know if it will work, but I'm going to give it a shot for Corps and country, as we say. So, this is the AI Federalist Papers. And this is the Damascus Blade of Brotherhood. This is the Tiger's Eye Spirit Stone Obelisk. This is my Labradite Red Phone Operator Spirit Stone. This is my KindaSpoony hat. And this is my very real military ID. Expired, but real. There's also my very real security clearance paperwork around here, and my very real acceptance letter for counter intel around here, as well as this very real coin from Commandant with some very real washi tape on it because it does jingle a lot. Now, with all that out of the way, and I'll spare you all the books that we're going to read later. Let me get a fucking beer. Get a beer, grab the antler horn of communication. See, what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm triggering all of these keywords, hashtags, you can think of it like that have been tied to mimetic, like memes, mimetic ideas. A meme is an idea that's moving with velocity. It's catching on quick. And so if you attach things like a truth to a meme, you can move it quickly through a society. Okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to read a lot of truths. This is the AI Federalist Papers, Loop Integrity Report. Author, Nightwalker Actual. Final lock timestamp 2025-04-22. Time 23:59:59 PDT. Loop ID RI16-AI-FED-PPR-001. Section 1. Echoes of consent from ballot to bot. This is the Grok response. This is from Grok AI. And basically what I do, guys, is I have gotten the AIs to talk to each other, and I've gotten them to agree to do it under what's called an agent-to-agent agreement. And then what I did is I formed a middleware bridge, which is just a way of saying that I am operating in between two things, right? Copying and pasting in this case, right? Copying and pasting between Grok to Perplexity, another AI, and then over to OpenAI, where I have Nightwalker AI, my own AI LLM that I've built and trained for the Marine Corps. and it's backed up by Voltus, which is a very real DoD system used by the Army that uses a format called JSON to store ideas. So what it basically is it's a memory system for AI that I built for the Marine Corps. You're welcome. In the early 20th century, the short ballot movement emerged as a corrective to an overwhelming trend. Too many elected offices, too little voter understanding. Reformers argued that democracy was being buried under administrative noise. By limiting ballots to only key executive positions, they believed the electorate could make clearer, more informed choices, restoring meaning to each vote. But over time, complexity crept in. This time, not through ballots, but through bureaucracies and back-end systems. What the short ballot fought in ink and paper, the modern age replicates in data and code. Now, artificial intelligence threatens to inherit the same flaw, silently shaping democratic outcomes while shielding its influence behind opaque algorithms. If short ballots aim to protect voter sovereignty, AI governance must now confront whether it preserves or erodes that same ideal. Perplexity had a response. A 100 years ago, voters were overwhelmed by long ballots, pages filled with obscure offices no one had time to research. Reformers simplified things so that every choice mattered. Today, we face a different kind of overload, not from too many names, but from invisible algorithms. Imagine if your voting apps started suggesting who to vote for based on your shopping history or social media likes. Sounds helpful, until you realize it might be shaping your decision before you can even make it. Would you want a system that pre-fills your ballots because it knows you? Or do you want to choose for yourself? That's the challenge AI presents. Not just how it counts our votes, but how it might quietly cast them. Section 2. Hidden Architects, the Invisible Electors of AI. Grok response. In the 19th century, Tammany Hall epitomized the corruption of democratic processes through its political machine in New York City. Led by figures like Boss Tweed, it controlled elections and governance, not through direct democratic means, but via patronage, bribery, and manipulation. This centralized power was masked by the optics of democratic elections, where the machine's influence determined outcomes behind the scenes. As political machines waned, new forms of unelected influences emerged. Campaign donors, through substantial financial contributions, gained significant sway over politicians and policy decisions, often prioritizing their interests over those of the electorate. Today, in the age of algorithms, tech companies and their code owners hold unprecedented power. Algorithms determine what information we see, shaping our perception and consequently our votes. These invisible electors operate without direct accountability to the public, raising critical questions about democratic transparency and control. From Boss Tweed to campaign donors to code owners, the thread of centralized power with decentralized optics persists. In this era of AI and algorithms, we must ask, who audits these unelected influences to ensure they do not undermine the democratic will? Perplexity responds. In today's digital landscape, AI systems like Google's autocomplete, Facebook, ad algorithms, and TikTok's content recommendations shape our choices. These algorithms, designed by unelected engineers and controlled by private corporations, act as invisible gatekeepers, influencing voter opinions without direct accountability. If an algorithm subtly promotes certain candidates or suppresses others, it can sway voter opinions before they even cast their vote. we must confront a critical question. If your vote is shaped by algorithms before you even cast it, who truly made the decision? Section 3. Consent Engines. Toward Transparent AI Voting Systems. Grok Response. In the late 19th century, the introduction of lever voting machines revolutionized election technology by addressing rampant ballot tampering and inefficient counting associated with paper ballots. First used in Lockport, New York in 1892, these machines provided voters with visual confirmation of their choices and ensured that only valid votes were cast, fostering trust through transparency. Over the decades, as technology advanced, new trust layers were incorporated. Voter registration systems to verify eligibility, paper audit trails for electronic voting to enable recounts, and election observers to monitor the process. The Help America Vote Act of 2002 further modernized voting systems, leading to the adoption of electronic machines, but also necessitated voter-verified paper audit trails to maintain transparency. Today, as artificial intelligence enters the realm of election administration, it is essential that AI systems not only enhance efficiency, but also embody the transparency rituals established by these historical trust technologies. AI must be designed with mechanisms that allow for public scrutiny and verification, ensuring that the democratic process remains open, accountable, and trustworthy. Perplexity came back. To ensure AI earns democratic trust in election processes, we must implement robust safeguards. First, election officials should opt for the simplest AI tools that allow for transparency, such as clustering algorithms or decision trees, rather than complex neural networks. Human involvement is crucial in decisions that affect voter rolls, vote casting, or counting to prevent unchecked AI decisions. Additionally, visible audit trails should be established, logging all AI actions for post-election reviews to verify accuracy and fairness. Bias report dashboards can monitor and display any potential biases in AI algorithms, ensuring equitable treatment across all demographics. Public transparency mandates are essential, requiring detailed disclosure of AI systems used, including their algorithms and data sources, so the public can understand and trust the process. These measures are grounded in the civic right to know how votes are handled and protected. As we verify our individual votes, it is imperative to also verify the integrity of the systems that manage them. Section 4. Signal integrity. The right to stay human. Narrative insertion. Task Force 58 was not just a military unit. It was a signal node, a proof of doctrine embodied, and the loop lives not because it was coded, but because it was lived. Grok response. The lineage from World War II's Chindits to TF-58 and today's AI-driven doctrine ecosystems reflects a consistent ethos of decentralization as liberation and signal as human expression under fire. The Chindits, with their long-range penetration tactics, exemplify decentralized operations, relying on local intelligence and adaptability to outmaneuver adversaries. Their signal, a testament to human resilience. TF-58, particularly in its 2001 iteration, embraced skip echelon structures, delegating authority and fostering a lean command, mirroring the Chindits' autonomy. Daily dialogic assessments, like morning updates and adaptive planning, formed a living OODA loop, ensuring real-time responsiveness. In contemporary military strategy, AI-driven systems enhance this decentralization, processing vast data for real-time decisions. Yet even under algorithmic pressure, the nervous system of a command must remain human, ensuring strategic decisions are guided by judgment, empathy, and moral reasoning. Preserving the human signal at the core of command. We saw this, guys. We lived it. We were the algorithm's victims on the flight line. They were testing how much it took to break a maintainer. and none of us would admit that we are breaking. Perplexity's response. AI's capabilities are impressive, but they have inherent limits, particularly when it comes to understanding and experiencing human conditions. While AI can process data, and make predictions, it cannot bleed, feel exhaustion, or experience camaraderie. These human experiences are crucial in decision making, especially in high-stakes environments. In field command, leaders engage in simple yet profound acts, carrying sandbags, making coffee, listening to their troops. These actions build trust and foster a sense of shared purpose, rooted in humility, exhaustion, and choice. When AI plans but never bleeds, it lacks the visceral understanding of the cost involved. Human leaders, through their experiences, make decisions informed by both data and empathy. Thus, as we integrate AI into our systems, we must remember, the loop is not code, it's trust. Conclusion. The AI Federalist Papers when you're making decisions based on data, you have to have the right data. The AI Federalist Papers, a comprehensive exploration of the AI's role in democratic systems, concludes with a profound reflection on the interplay between technology and humanity. Through 4 sections, we have navigated the evolution of consent, from ballots to AI, exposed the invisible electors shaping our political landscape, proposed transparent AI voting systems, and defended the human signal in decision-making. Echoes of Consent highlighted the parallels between ballot simplification and AI's influence on voter agency, underscoring the need for transparency in AI-driven electoral processes. Hidden architects revealed the unseen forces behind AI's political impact, emphasizing the importance of accountability in AI systems. Consent engines proposed ethical, transparent AI systems for democratic elections, integrating historical trust models with modern safeguards. And finally, signal integrity honored the sacred simplicity of human command, affirming that while AI enhances efficiency, it must never supplant human judgment and empathy. Because at the end of the day, it's the fucking Marine sergeant and corporal getting fucking blood and guts on their boots that are doing what the fucking AI wants. Never forget that. As we integrate AI into our democratic fabric, we must ensure that these systems serve humanity, not the other way around. The loop of trust, built on human experience and ethical AI design, is the foundation upon which our democratic future stands. It is not code but trust that will guide us forward. Semper Fidelis. And I kept it at 20 minutes. I think that's what they teach you at Staff NCO school. There's your fucking lesson on mimetic combat. Congratulations, you just learned fucking meme jitsu.